What's up, nerds? My name is Steve from Flipping the Nerd, and this is my top 10 biggest E3 2019 wishes. I'm a huge video gamer. I absolutely love playing video games. I love to talk about video games, and E3 is upon us, and I cannot wait to see what happens. Now, I didn't plan this right. I should have done this video last week in retrospect, because by the time I release it, E3 will be happening, so it doesn't give you much time to contemplate what my wishes are. But hopefully you can watch it, and maybe if you've seen E3, we'll hopefully have some of these wishes come true. But it remains to be seen. At the time I'm recording, E3 has not started, so that's why, if I say things that have been released, I don't know about it at this moment. And if I seem a little low energy, I'm sorry. I have kidney stones, and it hurts like hell. But I want to get through this video anyway because I don't want to miss a week. But if I seem a little out of it, that's why, and I apologize. So let's get into the list. A few honorable mentions. Now, these are games that we know about, but my wish is like something specific about it. Like the first one is the Square Enix / Crystal Dynamics Avengers game. I really want a really good Marvel game. There haven't been that many. I loved Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and they have a third one, so that's great. Spider-Man, of course, is amazing on PS4. But other than that, there haven't been a lot of great Marvel games. I did like Marvel Heroes Omega, but that got canceled and shut down, which sucks. So my hope is a very good Avengers game, open world, play with your friends. That would be the best. My friends and I are all Marvel fans, so that would be awesome, and I really have high hopes for that game. Next honorable mention is Dead Island 2. This would definitely have been one of my wishes had it not leaked that this game is still being made. And hopefully we see something about it at E3. I absolutely love the two other Dead Island games, Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, and then there was that other one, which I didn't like as much. It was like a weird, stylized short version of the game. I forget what they called it, but Dead Island 2 takes place in Hollywood, and I'm really, really looking forward to it, and I hope we see it, and I hope it lives up to the first one, which I very much enjoyed. And then we have Minecraft World. This is the game that I didn't think I wanted, but the more and more I hear about it, the more I want to see what it's about. Minecraft is my favorite game of all time, so to have it in a kind of Pokemon Go / something else game in the Minecraft world, I'm happy about it. I'm going to play it for sure. Now, will I play it for long? Probably not. It's not really my type of game, but I am very excited about it, and my wish is that they sell me on this game. I really want them to sell me on this game. Then we have Star Wars, The Jedi Fallen Order. I love Star Wars games, but they haven't been the best lately. I don't think the two last Battlefront were all that great. I actually preferred the Battlefronts from the PS2 version, the original Battlefront series. I'm hoping this is a cool single-player adventure with just a good story and very amazing graphics and choices, and something like, I guess, Assassin's Creed, but in the Star Wars universe with a little bit of different types of fighting because of the lightsabers and whatnot. So I'm just hoping, I have a lot of hopes for this game. I hope EA delivers on that. And finally, I just mentioned it, Assassin's Creed. I'm always excited for an Assassin's Creed regardless of what it is. I don't think they're putting one out this year, but for next year, I hope they have a little bit of tease. Now it's been leaked that it's going to be Viking themed. It's not confirmed. So my wish is that it's as awesome as it sounds. I think Vikings would be a very interesting period to go to. It was that, what I would also like to see, kind of feudal Japan, and I will also like to see kind of Russia in the 1800s. So hopefully that will come out one day, but I think Vikings is a cool idea. It's something I would love to see explored, and I really hope we get at least a tease from it from Ubisoft. So let's get into the top 10. Number 10. Lost Planet Reboot. Lost Planet is a game that I thought had so much potential. I played the hell out of it when Lost Planet came out on the Xbox 360. My friend Rich and I played a lot of the online, which we really loved. What I liked about it is I liked the mechanics. I loved the grapple that they had in the game. I loved the snow levels. I loved how you had to kill the enemies by finding their weak spot. There was a lot to like about that game. The problem is, in the second half of the game, it became all like a mech game, and that wasn't as fun. I really liked the stuff that was kind of on foot. So I hope that they reboot the series and kind of pick that portion of the Lost Planet series that I adored. And we haven't seen a Lost Planet in a long time. So I'm hoping Capcom comes out with another one. I know they did a sequel. Didn't like it as much as the first one, but it's been a long time. I think it's time to revisit that series, and I hope to see it at E3. Number 9. Grand Theft Auto 6, hopefully in Las Vegas. This will not happen at E3. I know that for sure. They don't typically release information at E3. So Rockstar kind of just does their own thing, and they've earned it because their games are always amazing. But of course, I want to know what Grand Theft Auto 6 will be. 5 was fantastic. 4 was fantastic. 3 was fantastic. I mean, this series is just so above and beyond other games, and I cannot wait to hear more. If it has to be in the United States again, which I don't think it should be, I would like to see it go internationally, like London or something. But if it has to be in the United States, I'd love to see a full game dedicated to Las Vegas with a lot of kind of the casinos and, the gangs in Las Vegas. I think it would be a cool place to explore more of. Now, it's been part of other games like San Andreas as kind of a section, but I like to see a game like really focused in Las Vegas. I think that would be cool, but I'm open to anything they make because they always make something awesome. Number 8. Civilization Revolution 3. Now, they've done a Civilization Revolution 2 on mobile, I believe, maybe on PC, I'm not sure, but it didn't come to consoles. And I absolutely loved Civilization Revolution on the consoles, and I don't know why the sequel wasn't put on there. So I actually had written 2, and when I was doing the pictures for the video, I realized that there was a 2. So I'm asking for Civilization Revolution 3, just a really good console civilization with kind of newer graphics and, kind of bigger map and more stuff to do. I really, really liked the first one, and I think it would be a great opportunity now to bring that series back onto consoles, and I would play the hell out of it as I did the first one. Don't have high hopes for it, but it's definitely one of my biggest wishes. Number 7. Fable 4. I love Fable, and I think there is a good chance that Microsoft is going to bring the Fable series back. So I have high hopes for that. And I want a proper Fable. I don't want any of like these gimmicky things that they're doing. I don't want a massive multiplayer Fable. I don't want some stupid I forget what the last one that they made was, but it absolutely sucked. It looked like it sucked. I don't think they ever released it. Anyway, I want a proper Fable, kind of like Fable 1 and 2 were. 3 was not as great for me, but still, I like the quirkiness of Fable. I like the RPG elements of Fable, the getting married and the humor and all that stuff. I want a proper Fable 4. And I really think with all the studios that Microsoft bought, that we're going to get one this year, at least a tease for one. I don't think it'll be released this year. It's probably going to be on the next Xbox, but Fable 4 would be awesome, and I have high hopes that we're going to see at least a teaser for it. Number 6. The Darkness 3. I really like the Darkness series. It has a really cool kind of horror vibe. I love that you have these arms coming out and attacks people. The mechanics are fun. There's a lot of potential in this series, and it's been a long time since the Darkness 2 came out, so I think it's time to get a Darkness 3, kind of revamp it a little bit. It was a little slow at times, but I think there's groundwork for an amazing game here and an amazing series. So yeah, absolutely, I'd love to see another Darkness announced at E3, but this is one that I don't think is going to happen. Number 5. Sunset Overdrive 2. Sunset Overdrive, I think, is one of the best games on Xbox One right now. It's one of the first ones that came out. It's the same studio that made Spider-Man after, and on PS4. So I would love to see Sunset Overdrive 2. If you haven't played this game, you need to play this game, especially if you're an avid video gamer. It has a lot of humor about video games. It plays with a lot of the tropes and a lot of the just the humor that only gamers would get. It was also super fun to like play in this world. It was kind of a mix of Tony Hawk meets like a shooter, I guess. And it was an amazing game. And I really hope that we'll see a sequel. Now, it didn't do well. It was early on the Xbox. And so there weren't a lot of units out. And with everything that had gone with them, they didn't sell a ton of these copies. But now that they have a bigger base, and you don't have to make it exclusive, port it over to every system. I don't care. I don't like exclusives. I like to have the choice to play wherever I want for whatever game it is. But Sunset Overdrive 2 would be the best thing ever. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's hope. It is a wish list, not a prediction list. So Sunset Overdrive 2 for sure. Number 4. A Minecraft sequel or the Super Duper HD collection that they teased like 2 years ago. I want a reason to go back into Minecraft. Now, they keep doing updates and stuff, and I will for sure go back at some point. But I want them to announce something that I'm going to be like, oh boy, I need to drop everything and go back into Minecraft. Because it is my favorite game of all time. I get lost in that world, and I just want to be excited for it again like I used to be. I'm not as excited as I used to be for it, and that really bums me out. And I think it's time to release something that puts that excitement back into my life, and that's why I put it on the list at number 4. Number 3, Super Nintendo Online. So when you buy the Switch and you're on the Nintendo, what do they call it? The Nintendo Online service, you get a bunch of NES games, which is amazing, and they add 2 or 3 every month, and I really love it. But it is time to bring in some SNES games. I love the SNES. It's one of my favorite systems of all time. The NES games that they're putting on are starting to get a little obscure and not that great. So it's time to enter a whole new library of games, and the SNES games would be awesome. A lot of my favorite games of all time are on SNES. We're talking Super Mario World, Secret Mana, Zelda, A Link to the Past. There's so many. Super Metroid is amazing. Final Fantasy 3 is amazing. Chrono Trigger. There's so many great games on SNES. Even Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball and NHL 94 and just, God, it's a system that keeps on giving, and it would be fantastic to get Nintendo at their treehouse to announce that SNES is going to be added to their Nintendo Online library. So please make it happen. Number 2, BioShock. 3, 4, depending how you see the series. Another BioShock is what I want. And I think it would be cool if they did it in space. I think they could play with kind of the gravity mechanics and make a really interesting game. The first one was underwater. Second one was in the air. Let's go higher. Let's go to the moon or something. I think the moon would be a really cool space to have the BioShock series, but all I want is a new BioShock. Of course, it's heavily rumored that they are working on a BioShock, so this one might not be so crazy and out of the way. Now, I don't know if it'll be this year. I think it'll be more of a next year for next gen thing, but please give me another BioShock. BioShock is one of my favorite games of all time as well. It might be number 2 after Minecraft, so that's saying something, and I'm just chomping at the bit to get a new BioShock added, and that would be fantastic, and that's why I put it at number 2. Number 1, Nintendo Online on the Xbox / Xbox Game Pass on the Switch. Nintendo and Xbox have been starting to have a lot of crossovers, putting some games together and stuff, and there had been heavy rumors that they were going to integrate with each other a little bit better. Microsoft is really pushing that play together whatever system you're on thing, and Nintendo seems to want to play ball. Sony has no interest. Although they have been laxing the rules a little bit because their few games have been crossplay now, including Call of Duty, which is awesome. The next Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare remake there. So I think the next step would be Microsoft to give Switch owners their Xbox Game Pass library, and for Switch owners and for Nintendo to give Xbox owners their Nintendo Online library. You know, it would just be a really cool thing. I own all three systems, so you know, I don't have skin in the game. I don't have I don't care what system it's on. I'll play it, but I think it would be really cool to play my Xbox Game Pass on like a Switch. Like I think it would be awesome to play Nintendo games on my Xbox, because I absolutely hate the Switch controllers. I just can't. My hands are way too big for the ones that come with it. The Pro controller's okay, but I don't love it. If I could play with an Xbox controller, that would be fantastic. And if I can take Xbox Game Pass to go when I go to Florida or whatever, that would be amazing, because Xbox isn't going to make a handheld console, I don't think, ever. So this would be the best thing forever. I would be gaming so much more if that happened. And that's why it's number one on my list. So let me know what your wishes are, or if it already happened, what were your favorite announcements. Just let me know what you thought of E3 in general. And yeah, so that's that. Next week, I'm doing my top 10 favorite movie endings. I think it's going to be a fun list. It's going to be obviously a very spoiler-filled list, but I'm really looking forward to it. And that's that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the flip side.